because it's an absolute disgrace that this goal is allowed. It's an absolute disgrace.
Why?
Why? The journalist asked. Sorry. Imagine the journalist saying why. I'm sorry, that's classic. Man's out here doing his best Didier Drogba. Why?
Because it's not a goal. For many reasons, it's not a goal. For more than one reason, at least, it's not a goal. And it's too much at stake here. We put so much effort. It's so difficult to compete at this level. And it's an absolute disgrace. Again, I feel embarrassed. I've been more than 20 years in this country, and this is nowhere near the level to describe this as the best league in the world. I am sorry.
He is spot on here, Mikel Arteta, about that goal, at the very least. There's the Bruno red card, the Kai Havertz red cards. Those things also should be criticised heavily. It wasn't a goal. And this isn't a dig at Newcastle. It's not Newcastle's fault. But where I have to call Mikel Arteta out, when he got a decision go his way a few weeks ago, and I will quote him here. This is what he said when it benefited Arsenal at the beginning of October. He says, they are trying to make the best decisions. We need to understand that mistakes happen. This is the problem. We need managers, we need players, we need fans to call out these decisions when they benefit them, instead of going down the route of, yeah, but it happened to us, or, oh, mistakes happen. I got into it on Twitter when Liverpool were robbed. And I said to Liverpool fans, I said, listen, trust me, in a few weeks when it goes against other teams, you guys will lose your energy. No, we won't. And they were tweeting me today going, bruv, you're right, because I thought it was funny that it happened to Arsenal. And this is why we will never fix the problem, because people aren't honest when they benefit from it. He is 100% correct here, 100%. But he's got to call it out when he benefits as well.
Let's go! Come on!
And I'll tell you why I can't believe that goal has been given. Manchester United had this against Brighton. The ball was apparently out, so Højlund's goal didn't count from Rashford's cutback. When I've seen that ball, it looks out to me. It looks out to me on the far-hand side. The cross then comes in, and as far as I'm concerned, Joel Linton is pushing him in the back to head it back across. So if I'm a VAR assistant there, I'm like, right, I've got to get out of jail here. The ball looks out, and Joel Linton's fouling him. So I've got two bites of the cherry to just say it's not a goal. The fact that they've given that goal, I can't believe it. You've got two reasons not to give it, and you've decided to give Newcastle the benefit of the doubt on both. They don't have the technology to say that that ball's in or out. It looks out.
I think Mark is so spot on, and I understand why he's angry. This isn't about, he doesn't like Arsenal. He doesn't want Arsenal winning the league. He doesn't dislike Newcastle, as far as I'm aware, unless they know something different. But from my point of view, it's about the lack of consistency. So I had a troll call me out for a tweet of mine that's gone crazy viral, comparing the Rashford situation and this being deemed out and Newcastle's yesterday. And of course, it was met with the obligatory, a grown adult doesn't understand that a ball is a 3D sphere. And basically, depending upon the angle you look at, sometimes it looks over the line, sometimes it looks like it's in play, sometimes it looks like it's out of play. I understand this. That isn't the argument. The argument is they said their statement about the disallowed Højlund goal was it was conclusive that the ball went out. What they have stated about yesterday's is it was inconclusive, so they went with the on-field decision. That is what I'm challenging. And that is what Mark is also, I think, talking about here as well. It's the inconsistency. The on-field decision for Højlund's goal was goal. It was inconclusive when you look at three different camera angles, whether it went out or not. So you stick with the on-field decision, just as they did with Newcastle. But they went in the complete opposite way. That inconsistency here is what needs to be called out. And the fact that's being ignored and it's being turned into a tit for tat is crazy. Where Arsenal won't get much help with this is nobody wants to admit that maybe Man United were robbed. No one, not even Arsenal fans. So it becomes a bit of a difficult talking point. And this is why rivalries and, you know, your enemies and tribalism needs to be dropped. And we need to do it for the greater good of football. But for me, I stand by it. That goal, it was beyond ridiculous.
Blah, 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 blah.
Elbows, I think it was Jorginho, clear for me, red. Nothing, referee backs out of it with VAR. Yeah. And then you tell me, right, how these men have got three 3 VAR checks. They beat all 3. They beat 3 cases in one game, right?
It's actually 4 as well. Now, I didn't even realize this in the game, did the whole match reaction, didn't even see it right till the end. There's also handball. The ball actually hits Joe Linton's arm here, like on the elbow, the joint, during the push. So there was a ball maybe out of play, push in the back, handball, and it was offside. And the funniest bit about the offside is they said, well, there's no clear evidence of when the ball hit the player. There is. All their cameras angles behind the scene have timers on them. So you can play them all at the same time. One camera, you stop it when you on one camera angle where you see the ball hit Joe Linton. And then you just literally, you look at the other cameras to see whether the player's offside or not. It's so simple. Listen, Newcastle caught life with that goal yesterday. But football fans have got to come together to push against this because it's crazy. However, I do want to have a little talk about the game as well. For me, I want to speak about the game because that's also important, the performances. Let's take a look at some more clips.
How dare you?
Mikel Arteta, because I've seen some of your quotes. Oh, the PGMOL. Yeah, they didn't pick your starting 11, mate. They didn't pick your starting 11, did they, Mikel? They didn't go with a double pivot of Jorginho. Captain, by the way. Captain Jorginho. El Capitan. Jorginho. Kai Havertz, who managed to play 98 minutes, 16 seconds after playing over 100 minutes the other day.
At least he's fit.
Cool. The PGMOL didn't do that for you, did they? Okay, cool. No drama, no problema, no pasa nada. Smash the like button. Sub to the channel. Everybody who has subbed off at the back of that. Big up to everybody in the comments. Like, share, get your donations, comments, whatever. Do what you want to do. Oh, you're profiting off a loss. Well, it's the first one in the league all season. On to the next. Heads up. On to the next. Really? Let me tell you about accountability in football, yeah? Let me tell you about accountability, right? And I'm going to keep plugging this guy on Spotify, yeah? Bavarian Podcast Works. It's an Indian guy who lives in America. Bayern Munich, before today, currently sat second in the league. 3 wins out of 3 in the Champions League group, so they're top of the Champions. Oh, but we're second. But we're top of our Champions League group. But it's the Mickey Mouse Cup. They got knocked out the cup the other day. So a team in the 3rd division sat 15th. 1 minute 14 seconds into this guy's podcast that night.
Sorry, 1 minute 14 seconds. I love it. He's got the time. The man has got receipts on receipts.
Absolutely devastated, fuming, and upset. It's a disgrace and a travesty that Thomas Tuchel has knocked us out of this cup because now we can't do a treble.
A lot to unpack there. Firstly, you can criticize Arsenal's performance and slam the VAR, PG, MOL at the same time. I don't think you should exclude either one. I don't think you should ignore the performance. We didn't do that on the match reactions and full fan highlights yesterday, but you shouldn't ignore the decisions as well. It's important for football that you do both. Should Arsenal fans be unhappy that they can't do the quadruple? They can still do the treble theoretically. Yes, to a degree. I think that there's a happy medium here. I think you should be annoyed you're out of the Carabao Cup, and I think you should be annoyed at the overall performance, especially from your attacking players yesterday. Do I think Arsenal fans should be angry with their season if they don't do a treble, irrespective of what else they win? No, because I do think the English league is different to Germany. Bayern Munich are by far and away the best team in Germany. So winning their FA Cup, the Pokal, and the league is not a foregone conclusion, but it's something that they're heavy favourites to do every single year. And they're always a good team, generally speaking, in Europe, at least in the last 20 to 30 years. So there's always a significant chance they could do it. When you're not even the best team in England, having the standards of, if we don't do a treble, I'm going to be angry, I think would be a little bit too much. I'm not saying League Gunners asking for that to be the standard, but I do think there's a happy medium here. I've seen too many Gooners play down. It's only the Carabao Cup. We're still second or third in the league. It's okay. I do think I do think you've got to raise the standards a little bit more.
Wait for it, 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 wait for it.
And you don't lose. I've seen championships before, and you go to these games. You don't have to win at these places.
But you lost.
You just don't lose.
But we lost.
And we lost. we did lose, but we were so close. It was marginal. I'm not going to criticise them. I applauded them off the pitch. I thought that was a brilliant performance. We switched off once. Everything else,
I've got to disagree with Julian here. Like, big up the boys on AFTV. Love what they do. I don't think it's a performance that you applaud. Very good defensively at times. I know their goal shouldn't have stood, but I don't think it was a good enough performance to be applauding them. Didn't test their goalkeeper enough. The front three were absolutely nullified. That isn't a performance, in my personal opinion, that you applaud. And that's where I would agree more on Lee's side on this argument. That's a little bit too much. But Gooners watching, I'd love to get your views and opinions. By the way, if you haven't done so yet, smash the like and the share button. But what's really interesting about this game was in the build-up to it, the kind of lack of respect people put on Newcastle. Take a look at some of these clips.
2-1 Arsenal. Or did I sound forever Arsenal? I said 1-0. I said 1-0. I know. I said 1-0 last. I'll stick with that.
I've gone with a 2-2 draw. I think it's going to be a great game, though. Newcastle at home are a problem.
The only falter against the teams that are below them, I think that it's going to be a 2-2 myself. I really do. I feel like it's going to be a boss game to watch.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to go for a draw, but I'm not. I'm going to go for. I'm just because I'm not manifesting. I'm going to go with a 3-1 Newcastle.
Democracy manifest. You ever seen that guy? A succulent Chinese meal. Sorry, I don't know why it's in my head. It's completely. Anyway, let's carry on.
Newcastle win.
Newcastle couldn't even say like 1-0 or 2-1. It had to be like 3-1.
They're going to smoke.
Yeah, it had to be 3-1.
Listen, I'm just manifesting.
I know Abby did predict a Newcastle win, but as she said, I think her head was really saying draw, but she's manifesting, hoping it come to fruition, and it did. So well done to you. No one picking Newcastle to win. We had something very similar on the top 6 show as well. Take a little look here, Jay. Remember this? The team destroyed Man United the other night. How confident are you, Jay, that you will go to St. James's Park and pick up a much-needed 3 points?
This weekend against Newcastle, this panel will see why we're title challengers.
Oh my God!
Trying to disrespect us. Oh, we shouldn't be aiming for the league. You will see why we're title challengers.
Why?
Oh, listen, Jay, love you, bro. But I just felt in the build-up to this game, the more I listened to everybody talk, and this wasn't just Gooners, it was neutrals to the game. Just nobody was really predicting a Newcastle win. Newcastle are a serious team. They're a potent team. They're a dangerous team. And I think they need more respect to be put upon their name. But as ever, people, please smash like buttons and subscribe. Follow our TikTok account as well. Scan that QR code on the screen there. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you all again soon. Peace.